Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to share with you my vlog and YouTube income report for the month of October of 2021. I'm really excited to share with you guys basically how much work I've done, which is not a lot, and also show you what income I'm consistently bringing in month to month. This one's a little bit different than last month. Last month was ridiculous because I had sponsored content on there, but this month is a little bit on average in terms of Q4 income, so I'm really excited to kind of share with you guys that, break down my strategies, also share with you one of the new tools that I'm using, Google Data Studio, and how I'm compiling basically reports from all the blogs, all the YouTube channels that I have internet properties for, so that I can see it in one dashboard. So I'll show you what that looks like. I won't go into the details of how I created it, but overall I'm using what I learned in my corporate day job and basically pulling a dashboard for myself so I can track how the work is progressing. Before I start the preamble, what I wanted to share with you guys is, in the preamble, I normally talk about things that are going on in my life and what's taking me away from blogging or YouTube, so that you guys can have an understanding of how hard it truly is to create a blog on top of a job and also managing the household and also making sure that I'm spending time with family. So if you guys want to hear that piece of it, go ahead and continue. But if you wanted to go ahead and skip that section, go ahead and look at the timestamps down below so that you can forward through to the income reports. This month has been completely insane for me in terms of my corporate professional career. So I'm in advertising. It is the first year of me being truly in advertising, which I've been trying to get to for the last, I don't know, my entire career. And so my actually degree is in marketing, and the fact that blogging has helped me land this advertising gig is truly amazing, and I'm learning things on the job, which is phenomenal because I've always wanted to do this stuff, but I've never had the time, and the fact that now I have the time because I'm in the job is really neat. And the fact that my side hustle vlog got me this job, kind of, in a way, is truly awesome, really. So things are kind of falling into place. Kids are getting older, and so they have sports and stuff now, and it's really hard for me to find time to blog. Like, I really enjoy this. So me not talking to you guys or creating video or content has been really tough for my mind, because I've been used to it for the last decade. So I think one of the things I want you guys to take away from this is that, like, when you continue to create content and create content on a consistent basis, you kind of start missing it. Like, if you truly love content creation and you love creating content, I think that's what takes people to that next level in terms of, like, being able to make money from it. So the fact that I kind of miss creating content, miss creating video, miss creating vlogging, just because my professional career was taking up a lot of my time, because right now it's like retail season. It's been kind of insane, and so I'm trying to find time. But the fact that I'm talking to you guys right now, I'm finally, like, I feel like I have some time to actually spend doing what I love, which is content creation. But on top of that, being able to balance, like, the corporate career as well. For those of you guys that are starting out, what's hard about blogging when you're first starting out is that you're trying to learn all this stuff as you go and learn all the new strategies that YouTubers like me are giving to you guys. For example, I'm going to talk about Google Data Studio a little bit later, and I know some of you guys who only have 10 blog posts out there are going to go ahead and quickly look at that tool and figure out how you can, import and create data and analytics that way. But what I'm trying to tell you is that generally, if you're starting out as a blogger, don't let all these shiny objects kind of take you away from what you're supposed to be doing, which is creating content. And so at the end of the day, like, I realized, like, I can't do it all. And if I show you guys the properties that I have here at the end of this video, what you'll find is that, like, I have a lot of properties that I own online that I'm trying to create content for, and I'm not getting traction. I mean, I love the content creation side of things. And so what I've done actually this month is be able to finally kind of release some of my content creation. And what I mean by that is I created SOPs, standard operating procedures. You guys will probably laugh, for those of you guys who are, like, in any space where you work professionally and you guys have, like, a letter of instruction or standard procedures that you follow. I did the same thing except for content. And so for example, my lifestyle blog, I know that now I have a cadence and a system of how I write content, and so I have this outline. So my SOP generally says that you have to talk about this topic, use these links for inspiration, and also you need to make sure that you don't plagiarize. It's 1,500 words. Include these keywords in the title and in the bottom section. So there's certain things that are in the SOP that's specific to the lifestyle blog, and then for the food blog, I have a certain SOP for that one as well. But they're very similar. And the fact that I have two SOPs for two different sets, because I figured out, like, what content resonates best with each of the different niches, like, tells me that there's a system for every blog niche. And so if I create another one on the tech niche, I'll have to have a different type of, like, outline that is needed for that blog. All that to say, once it gets boring and you don't like writing anymore, or you don't have the time like I do to write content, that's when you create a system in place so that you can continue creating content. And so as you can see here, I'll show you, like, I didn't start this until this last 2 weeks, and so I don't have any blog posts for the food blog, but I do have a lot of content for the lifestyle blog because I've created systems in place for the lifestyle blog. So anyway, so for this month, I spent a lot of my time creating SOPs, and then I spent some time writing content for my lifestyle blog. I haven't had time to create content for YouTube because I'm going to be honest with you, I got sick in July of this year from you know what, and I literally lost like 90% of my hair. Like, it's crazy. Like, this is, it's kind of ridiculous. And so I haven't been able to get on camera because I'm like kind of like mentally messed up about that. And anyway, that is why I haven't created a lot of YouTube videos, and that's one of the reasons why my YouTube channel has been like going downhill, because I'm not creating content consistently. And so I just need to get over it and just create content, put on a hat. And I know that you guys only care about the content, not really what my hair looks like, but it's kind of upsetting, and so I don't like seeing my videos without me having hair. So that is why I'm wearing a hat today. All right, so here is a breakdown for October of 2021, which I'm really excited to kind of share with you guys. So here's a breakdown. For my lifestyle blog, I made $3,300, which was more than the last 3 months. And then the food blog, I made $2,300, which is about $150 more. And then YouTube, I made $74 from this channel specifically. And then lifestyle, again, I have 1,500 I think subscriptions, and it's $200, and it's going down because, like I said, I haven't been creating content there because of my hair. And then on my affiliate income, Amazon was $196. And then reward style, I think the reward style was pretty awesome because I think what had happened was I didn't make enough money in September, but then October I made $380.95. And then I haven't been accepting any sponsored content. There have been people that reached out to me, and I just don't have the time. So I've been turning that down. So overall, I've made a total of $6,400, $6,500 if you round up, which is pretty cool. And I'm only like spending about $500 a month to maintain the blog, and that's like $500 with like different fees averaged out over the course of the year, because some of the fees I pay upfront at the beginning of the year, kind of like for Adobe Creative Suite. So anyway, that is really my income for the month of October. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the details of each of those income streams so that you guys have an understanding of where and how that money is coming in. So real quick, for my Google Analytics, I wanted to kind of share with you this. I don't have the numbers down below just because I wanted to kind of fit both in so that you can see the trajectory of the blog. This lifestyle blog has been around since I've been married, which is 2009. And basically you can see that I've had like ups and downs and ups and downs. So here is when I actually did a lot of sponsored content with Social Fabric, and they were paying me like $300-$400 per blog post, which was great. But then what had happened was that their brands, actually the ones that I wrote for, like for, I don't know, chicken broth or for just recipe type things, they would actually boost a lot of my social media syndication that I would do on Facebook or Pinterest or even Twitter. And so what would happen is they would spend a ton of money advertising my like syndication, and then that would drive traffic back to my site so that I have the ad inside my sponsored content. And so that's where that traffic was coming from. I don't think it counts in terms of like SEO, and in this day and age I'm more focused on SEO content rather than creating sponsored content, because I really want to focus on evergreen content because it'll last forever, and then it'll allow me to bring in ad revenue. Hopefully nothing ever happens to Mediavine so that I can continue making this money. And then food analytics, you can see this is again a 2-year like view, and as you can see in 2019-ish is when I started this blog, and then it just continues to grow. And I think there was some like Google algorithm changes that kind of dipped us down, but overall, I mean, it's trending hopefully back up again. And then I've also haven't been consistent on Pinterest with this food blog. So that's been, I think, one of the reasons why it's been trending down lately. And that is why I'm trying to hire out. Like, someone needs to help me create the content. I've hired out for Pinterest. And so hopefully I'll be able to see that trajectory go up again, because there's only so much time after a 9 to 5 that you have to create content. And I can't be managing all these things by myself. So here is the payment summary so that you guys have a visual of it. The way that Mediavine works is that they pay you after 3 months after earning it. So here's October's, and you can see my payout date is January 5th. And so this is the lifestyle blog. This is the food blog. The lifestyle blog makes more money, even though it has less viewers generally. And then, as you can see here, this is the RPM, the session RPM. I know a lot of people look at page RPM. I'm just going to talk about session RPM. It's $67.22 for the lifestyle blog, and here for the food blog, $50.57. And if you look at the page views, actually the food blog has less page views than the lifestyle blog. So I think it's taking a turn. It used to be that my lifestyle blog had less traffic than the food blog, and now it's kind of like its lifestyle blog is kind of beating out, and I don't know why. I could look at the blog post. I think it might be because I have a lot of Christmas projects that are very unique and like clickbaity, and so maybe that's what's happening in the month of October, potentially. Who knows? All right, so this is my YouTube lifestyle channel. As you can see, I'm making $202 in the month of October, and you can see that I'm continuing to basically make less money because I am not posting consistently. I already know what the root cause is, and so if I can just get on camera without my hair, like, it'll be fine. All right, and then the blogging channel, which is this channel, I'm making $74.58. And you can see that I just started getting this monetized in September. So you can see I made $40 last month, $74, or September. You can see that in September, I made $40.12. And then in October, I made $74.58. So if I continue to grow this channel, it would be awesome to kind of see like what the RPM is compared to the blogging versus the lifestyle. And I think lifestyle is still winning out over these niche like food versus blog content channels, which is pretty interesting. All right, so here is my weekly or monthly effort. Again, the whole intent is being consistent on it. So with the lifestyle blog, I had someone that I hired off of Upwork where they helped me create content. So I actually created 2 of the content myself, and 2 of them was a freelancer that I hired. For the food blog, I had 0 content, which is probably why Google's not crawling our site as much, and potentially why my traffic is dipping there. And then for the video, I've only made 1 video so far between the lifestyle channel and this YouTube channel in the month of October. And the total time I spent across this last 4 weekends and weeknights is about 3 hours, because work has been insane. Like, when I get off work, cook dinner, and then I'm working in my 9 to 5. So it's been kind of crazy but awesome because I'm learning so much at the same time. So it's like this love-hate, but overall, like, I absolutely love my career right now. It's just like a matter of like, when do I have time to spend on creating content for my own stuff? And so that's what I've been having to juggle and deal with. But overall, my strategies this month that I have been implementing are the SOPs for my blog content, and then also using Google Data Studio. What I'm going to share with you is one of many things that Google Data Studio can provide in terms of views. You can literally create any report that you wanted to. And so what I want you to understand about this platform or the service, whatever you want to call it, is that it is just a reporting system. So if you've worked in corporate, these systems are normally called like Tableau, Power BI, which is owned by Microsoft, Google's Data Studio owned by Google, Amazon AWS has QuickSight. So these tools can all do the same thing. But with Google Data Studio, I mean, you can basically, they have connectors where you can connect to data sources like Google Search Console, Google Analytics, and pull it all into this one report. Like, it's really nifty. And all you have to do is go in and connect your data sources that you already have access to, because you're probably logged into Google Chrome and your Google Analytics and Google Search Console already. And so there's a connector that allows you to use the tool called Google Data Studio to connect to these different services. And then you basically pull all these numbers into your report. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I have in this report so that you guys can understand and have a high level overview of how I use this report. So every morning when I wake up, I just wanna make sure that my numbers aren't trending down from week to week. And so on a daily basis, I kind of know like how much traffic I'm supposed to be bringing for each of these channels. And it also gives me a reminder of how many channels and businesses that I'm trying to spin up week to week. So as you can see here, I pulled it for the month of October, and there's this drop down that I could use in Google Data Studio that allows me to pull all this data. So for my lifestyle blog, every day, literally this report gets refreshed. I just change the time frame if I wanted to. Otherwise, it'll be like the last 30 days. Like you can choose basically how you can choose in Google Analytics. So for my lifestyle blog, I had in the month of October 55,000 page views, the food blog 57, tech 72. I have a tech blog, and this one's weird because like I wrote 35 articles. And then I was like, I'm really bored about writing with this because this was in a niche that I had a career in previously, like 3 years ago. And so this was pretty interesting to kind of create content and then being able to see it grow in terms of traffic without me adding any new content to it. This is the sister blog that's related to this channel. It's all about blogging, and I think a lot of people are coming from this YouTube channel to my site, but these aren't monetized at all. And then this one is a DIY blog that I am getting my kids to kind of set up and teach them how to write. They're in like 4th and 5th grade, and I know they both struggle at writing. And so what I'm trying to get them to do is understand how maybe real world writes, and then also help them understand like how to write so that you engage users. It's not because I want them to make money from the blog. It's honestly because I want to teach them how to write so that it's searchable, so that when they see the numbers and the analytics and people coming to their site, they understand, okay, I have to write content that educates people, that teaches people something, rather than like writing fiction, which I mean, they're supposed to be writing fiction in school. Anyway, it's a whole thing that I'm trying to do in terms of like parenting and also teaching them how to run their own blog, because secretly what I want them to do is that when they go to college, they don't have to trade time for money. Rather, I'd like them to create content for themselves and see how that can generate money without them having to work somewhere for someone and trade money for time. But I want to teach them how to build a brand or a business themselves, and then also be able to let them see on the other hand what it takes to actually work for someone and trade time for money. And then I also have a hobby blog that I'm starting with my husband. There's no blog post on it. I just have the domain name. And the reason why I have the domain name and a WordPress like template already set up, I've heard that Google prefers age domains. So I put something out there that's just like a shell. There's no blog content on it. And so when I'm ready to actually write content, I'm hoping that the age of the domain will help with the ranking when it first starts. As you can see, I have a blog column, and then on the right, I have a YouTube column, and only 2 of those 4 channels are actually creating money in my pocket, just because there is a certain threshold. It's like 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in order for you to start monetizing on YouTube. Just Google Data Studio and how I use it. Again, I wake up, roll out of bed, and then be able to like just check my metrics real quick just to make sure that nothing is off, and then I am on my way during the day, instead of having to go into Google Analytics to the different properties and then going to YouTube and look at the analytics. I have it all in one view. Let me know also what types of videos you guys would want to see outside of the blogging income reports and basically the SEO strategies. I'm more than happy to create them, whether it's on my career. I know a lot of people are interested in my office setup, especially cable management, so I was thinking about doing video on that. But anyway, if you guys are interested in any of that content or anything new, go ahead and suggest in the comments below. I'm more than happy to accommodate videos for that, because I'm trying to see like how far out I can actually create videos on this channel.